Morning Trainiacs, it's Zwift Tri Academy season. This is the time where you can enter to be part of the Zwift Tri Academy. There will be a link in the description below if you want to go do that. One of the coaches who is a mentor to the Zwift Tri Academy athletes, if you end up qualifying, is Sarah True, one of my faves. So what we're doing with old Groffy, Sarah True, is we are going to do something that's called 20 intervals, 20 questions. It's not going to be 20 intervals, it's not going to be 20 questions, but we are Instagram living this. We are going to record on each of our ends this Instagram live ride that we're doing with Team Trainiac, and I've got a bunch of crowdsourced questions that she doesn't know I have got from her friends and family. What's up, Trainiacs? All right, we're gonna try this here for like the 6th time. We are doing an Instagram live here with Sarah True. As we're doing this, we are actually also doing a Team Trainiac Zwift ride. So she has requested to join, go live with Sarah. Oh, come on, did that work?
Yay, it worked!
Hello, there we go. Here, Kim is gonna put this down so I can just put out massive watts.
Huge watts.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to go. I'll kill time here. So what we're gonna do with Sarah is we have a 56-minute workout. It's a few intervals, and I have some questions that have been crowdsourced that I think are real dynamite questions.
Oh boy.
So we'll start out with the easiest one. How does one go about making the perfect custom birthday cake?
Oh my word. Okay. So, I know where your source for questions is. All right.
Oh, you think so, hey?
Yes. I'm really big into making very elaborate birthday cakes that take me multiple days. All you have to do is be one of my nieces or nephews, really. That's it. Just got to be born into the right family.
What are some of the birthday cakes you've made? All I know is that they're very elaborate and they're like days of work.
Yes. So my nephew's cake this year, he wanted to include, had to be orange frosting, it had to be Legos, Batman, there had to be bombs involved.
Bombs.
He's 3 years old, mind you. Yeah. Another cake I did was with the dragon from How to Tame Your Dragon. And I make my own fondant and do like marshmallow animals that are covered in the fondant. But I also try to make them delicious. Oh yeah, I go all out.
How do you get into this? How do you get into this? Because I look back and I saw that you were doing the sourdough thing like way back before it was cool.
You know, it's just fun. It's a good way to relax. Yeah, I think a lot of people this year have discovered that just kind of slowing down, being focused on the present, it's a good form of meditation. For some people, that's exercise. For me, that's baking ridiculous cakes. Plus, bribery. The quickest way to kids' heart is have them associate you with sugar. And I figure it's going to pay off years from now. For sure.
Wow, that's true. Everyone is going to be like, wow, she did make me that cake that one
Aunt
time.
Sarah, #1.
Wow, that was an easy one. And so who do you think ratted you out? Because my sources go deep.
I'm going to say it's my husband, Ben.
Nice try.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm also not saying it was. I'm just saying it's a nice try.
Your poker face is so much better than mine. Developed from years of curling.
How have you been doing this year with lockdown training?
Yeah, so I'm for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a professional athlete. So, racing is part of my job. It's also totally what makes me tick. I love it. I love racing. I love preparing for races. And like everybody else out there, you don't have the race. It can be harder to stay motivated, but I live in a beautiful area. I've just kind of really dialed it back to what gets me excited. And at first it was a bit of an adjustment to just say, I'm going to keep on training even if there are no races, because I love it. And I love feeling good. And that's exactly what triathlon does. I love being out there and seeing beautiful things. I live in a great area. I've been doing a lot, like you, I've been doing some gravel grinding.
Hey, it's so good, right?
So good, so good.
I was sold in the first ride. Like,
yeah.
Boom. All easy rides from now on are gravel rides.
You know, I actually think I end up, I don't have a power meter on that bike, but I think you're doing a lot of strength work.
Yeah.
I think it pays off. I feel strong doing gravel riding.
I agree. It's just the right kind of strong. Like, I don't know if you've done a whole lot of any fat biking, but that's too strength focused.
Yeah.
Like a 3.5 hour fat bike ride that I tried last winter felt like a 12-hour ride.
Yeah, you only need to do an hour of fat biking.
Yeah. But gravel riding, it's more or less the same, but just kind of strength focused as road.
It depends what kind of sense of adventure you have. Because I have ended up on some places where a mountain bike would probably be more appropriate. I'll be honest.
All right, we have the first interval coming up.
Oh, yeah, you got to warn me so I don't get dropped here.
Well, they're fairly mild intervals.
Okay.
They're just low cadence.
All right.
You were one of the first people to tell me about low cadence work.
Yeah, man. It's good stuff. I'm all about it.
Speaking of strength intervals. So, next question. And if anyone's just tuning in now, somebody says we need a Jenga rematch. You know, that's not even a fair fight because it's just, I don't like beating up on people continuously like that. It's not kind or courteous. That's an OG thinking back to the more power. So speaking of going off-road, what is your current, let's say, thoughts on mountain running?
No. Oh, man. That's definitely my source, or your source. So, this summer, I'm like, I live near some of the best mountain running in the country. I'm going to become a mountain runner. This is going to be epic. And the first one I did, I'm running down, and then I send this Instagram video, or this video to Ben, because he had texted me, how's it going? So basically I ran to the top of a mountain, turned around, ran back down. On the way down, Ben, it's not running, it's not hiking, it's something else altogether, and I think I hate it. I really hate it. This is the worst thing ever. And then I kept on doing it week after week. And he's like, what are you doing? You say you hate this. I'm like, well, I think a lot of it came down to, I just don't have the super fast feet. So like, if you're talking straight up, because we're talking, if anybody's from New England, the White Mountains, it's just a lot of loose rock. And we're talking miles, kilometers of it, trying to run along these mountain ridges on loose rock. And it's the kind of thing where you think, I am done. My ankle's gonna be toast. If I fall, it's over. So a few weeks ago, I actually was coming down one of these mountain peaks because I keep on doing it. I'm a glutton for punishment, but I also enjoy it the more I do it. And of course, towards the top of the mountain, I roll my ankle super hard. I'm sprawled out on the ground. I just want to cry. For 3 weeks, I think it's been 3 weeks, I can't even see my ankle bone. That thing.
You've got cankles right now?
What's that?
Do you have cankles right now? A cankle?
Just one. Just one.
Just one cankle? Yeah, it's okay.
Just one cankle. Oh, it hurts so much. But the good thing is, I can still, because I'm super stubborn, I still run through it, which is very healthy. But I haven't done a mountain run since then, so long story short, I am going to be a nasty mountain runner, and maybe I'll even like it one of these days.
So when is your next fastest known time attempt going to happen?
I lost you for a little bit.
Nope, you're
good. Froze. What was the question?
When is the next fastest known time attempt going to happen then?
I have not attempted one yet. I need to actually get halfway decent at this before I even think about it.
How did this come about? Just because you have a lot of mountains around, you're like, well, I got to do something.
If there's a mountain, you got to climb it. Come on, Taren.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't have mountains here. We have bumps in the road.
Well, you can come here. We'll run mountains together, be miserable, and hopefully only one of us will roll their ankle so the other one can just get piggyback ride on the way down.
Well, that's fun.
No. Yeah, so I guess because I wasn't racing, I just wanted to do something I normally wouldn't risk because rolled ankles. Like normally I would never think of it because I'm so focused on my training. Yeah, I don't regret it. My ankle does, but I don't.
What is it? Is that Lionel Sanders? No regrets? No, he's no limits. That would apply to.
No, I found out that I do have a skill set, which mostly involves going in a straight line. The whole lateral movement, running on rocks, like trying to slide down scree fields. Not my wheelhouse, but I can get better. And that's what I focus on. You can always get better.
It sounds like you're trying to convince me and you that you're enjoying this.
Totally. The question is, has it worked? We can do a baby mountain. We'll do a baby mountain when you come here.
Well, our King of the Mountain sprints here are a 15-foot climb on an overpass during our group rides.
Okay.
15 feet. So that's the extent of our mountains.
Yeah. Other than Zwift mountains.
Yes. Somebody asked, can we say something in Spanish just for fun? Can you?
Sí, claro que sí. Puedo hablar español. ¿Y tú no? ¿Qué va?
Holy smoke. Well, I've taken up Duolingo. I am on a 151-day Duolingo streak right now. So, mañana es el fin de semana. I'm on weekdays right now.
That wasn't bad.
That's all I've got.
It's a start.
It is. Oh, and he says in Portuguese. Can you do that?
Eu falo muito pouco do português.
Muito pouco. Holy smokes. I'm impressed. Where does this end? Chinese? Mandarin? Cantonese?
I'm pretty much tapped out at that point.
Next question.
A few random things. Probably the most random phrase I know in another language. There's this regional dialect in Spain called Valenciano. I know one phrase, and it's "Tinc una fam que no me veig," and it means I'm so hungry I can't see, which I feel like we kind of need that in English.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, I think most of us have been there as athletes. I'm so hungry I can't see.
You get hangry?
I try not to, but of course, not as hungry as you apparently.
Oh, I have hangry problems.
Yeah, sorry, Kim. I know you're there.
She's trying to do sit-ups on the Bosu ball next to us.
I feel your pain, though.
So if anyone's just tuning in, ask questions of us. I have very little prepared here, and we have another, how many more minutes? 38 minutes to fill.
I think people are riding hard. It's hard. Do you find it really hard to type and ride?
Well, that's why we have Kim here most of the time.
Well,
but
I
there
just
have
figured
been.
you wanted to give me your undivided attention.
There was one Zwift ride that we did as a team, and it was like right in the sharp training kind of season.
Yeah.
Like June, while people were still like, oh, I'm going to race. And I think it was 30 times, 30 seconds on, 30 off, and Kim wasn't around. And I had to type and lead it. So I typed in 30-second bursts, and I was so proud. I don't know if I was more proud of finishing the workout or typing, but it motivated me to do the typing too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of people are asking about your headband.
It's a free headband I got. Free is my favorite price.
Free?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the next question. We've got one more minute in this interval. This is a hard-hitting one. Might ruin some relationships, but we'll try. No. What's harder, doing an Ironman or putting the lid back on anything? Anything.
Listen, easy access. If you just leave every jar unscrewed, it saves you time over the long run, except when you spill things. Yeah, your source is definitely bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be weirded out at this point if it wasn't.
Okay, we'll fill everyone in on this, because I don't have a lot of details on any of this.
I don't know. So I'm just one of those goobers who I'll put things directly on top. So we can do a visual. All right, normally water bottles, you screw them. The way I operate, not with water bottles, mind you, because I have learned the hard way. You put it on top. You save yourself 3 seconds. You add up those 3 seconds every day, and over the course of a lifetime, it's minutes.
That's
of your life.
Literally minutes.
Which all get negated when you spill things and have to clean them up.
Do you discriminate? Is it like pickle jars? Doesn't matter how stinky it is. That's not getting the lid on it. Toothpaste, doesn't matter if it gets crusty. No lid.
Toothpaste, that's just a waste. You use toothpaste twice a day. So why would you screw it? I mean, it's so tiny too. They're made for like squirrel hands. So why don't you just you don't need it. It's open. And yes, I realize squirrels don't have hands, they have paws. Before anybody gets mad at me, PETA starts yelling at me, whatever. I don't know who's on this call. Chat, whatever it is.
What about things that get stinky? I can only imagine the collage of potpourri in your fridge if everything's just open.
No, because Ben spends half of his life just cleaning up after me.
So all the seconds that you save, he loses in his life?
Listen, he has time. So runners, you can only run so many miles a day. So the rest of the time he spends just lounging. He has time to screw things on. I'm a busy woman. I've got things to do.
That's fair. I've seen you both nap most of the day away.
No. Lounging is not napping.
That's training. That's your job.
It is part of, you gotta undo as much as you do.
Okay, so we've got that. We got some questions here. What keeps you in New England as a pro athlete? Asked by, I want to say Robin is Vermont. I know this.
Oh.
So he's your people.
My people. Well then, if you live in Vermont, you know I don't need to answer. So both Ben and I grew up in the Northeast. I grew up in New York. He grew up in Maine. He went to college in this town. We met here. And he's just very contrary. He's very New England. So he just wants to be here, so we're here. But it's also a pretty awesome place to be. I have family here. It's amazing training half the year.
Half the year, yeah.
Half the year. You weren't supposed to hear the half the year.
I'd say the same thing about it.
Yeah.
It's amazing training 4 days a year.
Although I heard you were going somewhere. What's the consensus?
Me?
Scottsdale or Austin?
I don't know. What's your opinion on that? I didn't train in Scottsdale when we were there.
Yeah.
I just kind of hung around all of you, and I was like a professional chamois sniffer for 6 days. I didn't actually train.
Pros and cons. Austin, obviously the lake there's great. We didn't find tons of running outside of it. The swimming, incredible. I love any town that gives you access to pools for free. Again, There's a theme, free. Yeah. Well, they're natural spring fed, so that's pretty awesome. What else? They have a good masters team there.
Okay.
Scottsdale.
How's the riding there? Do you have to drive a long way to get to decent riding?
I was very underwhelmed with the riding. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty spoiled.
Yeah, you have nice riding.
Yeah, maybe I just didn't go to the right places. Once you get out, it's okay. Kind of rolling, which is nice. But
Okay.
you have to get out of town. That's also Scottsdale, the beauty is you don't have that far to go to have quieter roads. If you were like more downtown Phoenix, it's harder to get to some of the quiet roads.
Tyler Mislawchuk was actually saying up around North Scottsdale,
Yeah.
try to be like right at the foot
Yeah.
of that pool that we filmed your thing at.
Yeah.
And if you go east on a gravel bike, you can go for days.
Oh, I never tried gravel riding.
That's what,
Okay.
yeah, he said they don't even bring their road bikes. They just
Okay.
bring gravel bikes, set it up with road geometry, and then they can do both.
Huh. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, so the running's decent. I like all the canal paths. That's a huge plus for that area. It's miles and miles of soft surface dirt.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. But we're also not city people. So we found it pretty populated.
Yeah.
Good tacos. Austin also has great tacos. Taco Deli, best tacos I think I've ever had. Taco Deli is, yeah. I'll put it this way. We went to Austin for a little while to train. And I came back. We got a taco, like a tortilla press right away. Like we were fully committed to the taco making because of our stay in Austin.
See, it's a long way away for me. I'm just starting to dream. Like we're not allowed down there. Well, we're allowed down. We're not allowed back.
Right.
And that's why we're not going to Daytona, because we'd have to quarantine throughout Christmas.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like that entire winter of training here, as much as I love Zwift,
Yeah.
when it's the only option for 6 months, it gets hard
Yeah.
at that 3 month mark.
We've talked about it. I think for both of us, it's the light thing, right? You have a hard time with the lack of light.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Even now I'm starting to feel dumpy.
Yeah. Yeah. Between mood and vitamin D, I know for both of us. Do you have your happy lamp?
I do. It doesn't work very well. I work in front of it for 3 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite the same thing. Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Oh, do you have more hard-hitting questions, or are we okay? Just
We have some. We have some.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, we're trying to figure out where we want to go as well. Normally, we leave for the winter. Because the situation is so uncertain, we want to probably be on the East Coast. We're thinking like Raleigh area, North Carolina.
I've heard that. Yeah,
Yeah,
one mountain bike guy said around that like South Carolina area where George Hencappy does his camps.
Yeah.
He said like that is beautiful. It's not as warm.
No.
But it's gorgeous.
Yeah. And then the other place we were thinking about, I mean, we haven't been either place, so it's such a shot in the dark, is Bentonville, Arkansas, which sounds really random, but the Walmart family lives there. And
oh, yeah.
The Waltons, I think they are.
Yeah.
They've invested millions and millions of dollars to make this town like a outdoor paradise where there's some of the best single track mountain biking in the country.
Isn't it super cold in the winter? Like,
I mean, you're from Canada, it's all relative. So it's Arkansas, so it can't be that cold. It's probably 40s, whatever that is in Celsius.
it's like 8.
Yeah, it's warmer than home.
Wow, that's not saying a lot.
No, it's all relative.
Thing is, if we're going somewhere and spending the money to uproot for 3 months,
Yeah.
I kind of want, like, I want that sun on my skin. I don't want to have to cover
Yeah.
up. California would be it.
Too expensive.
There's it. Well, yeah, and there's so many Californians in it. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
It's intimidating from somebody who, like, we have land and I have a yard and this place. They go there and like our house would cost $3 million there.
I know.
We don't have anything very fancy.
What I think about California, I bet 100 years ago was paradise.
Yeah.
And there are pockets of it where it's still paradise. But I don't know, maybe I'm just like a curmudgeon and having tons of people around is too much.
I'm with you.
But yeah, but that's why, because we've done the Scottsdale thing, we've done Boulder, we've done all these places where there's cities.
Yeah.
And there's smaller cities, but still. Well, Scottsdale's not a small city. Just takes a while to get out.
Fortunately, I've probably got about a year to figure this out before we're allowed to travel again.
Yeah.
Let's answer some questions. What was your most beautiful race in Europe?
Probably Kitzbühel in Austria. It's just beautiful ski town. And just Austria is stunning. It's green mountains. You know, you get your Sound of Music on. It's pretty awesome. You get to eat streusel and strudel and all that yummy stuff.
It's mountainous there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Segue into the next question that somebody asked. They have a race at altitude and they're at sea level. How do you recommend dealing with that?
Okay, so you have two strategies. One strategy is to go within 24 hours. So from sea level to altitude, 24-hour window. The second strategy is to allow the 14-day plus acclimation period. So either you do right away or you give yourself the time to make the physiological adaptations.
Does sauna training help at all? Like it's kind of, isn't it kind of a similar effect, or would it help going the other way?
Sauna training just increases your plasma volume. It doesn't necessarily create the same adaptations that you would get from, increased hematocrit from being at altitude.
Okay.
I think that's it. Double check with Dan Flues. Are you still working with him?
No. I said ex-coach a while ago.
Yeah.
And people were like, what? I'm like, well, I have nothing to train for. So
Yeah.
we weren't going to bother putting together training plans when essentially we both just decided, like, just stay active.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. So you're on like a hiatus. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like back in high school, university days, you're like, I'm not going to see you for the summer, so
Exactly.
peace out.
Bye. Yeah.
Maybe we'll be dating in the fall. I don't know.
See if there's somebody else that's cute.
Yeah.
Somebody asked what my current race plans are, and just had a meeting with the functional medicine doctor I'm working with. When was it, Kim? Last week, right? Last week. And he said if I was 100% recovered by the end of this year, that would be the fastest recovery he's ever seen. So he's like,
wow.
You're probably going to be feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
But not kill an Ironman better.
Yeah.
So I think next year might be...
rebuild year.
Well, this year was more a rebuild year. I think next year I might have a go at our provincial road cycling championship.
Ooh.
I don't have any talent in swimming or running. I'm never going to be anything there. But on the bike, I can move a little bit. And
nice.
Canyon has that very hot new air road that got me thinking, like, oh, I've got to do that thing justice.
Oh, yeah.
So I might have just a strict bike year.
Oh,
like
I love that.
Do some big gravel races if I'm allowed to travel.
Yeah.
And when I come back to Ironman, if I've increased my bike fitness, that'll be immensely beneficial.
You're going to be like showing up Cam Murph and Seti, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're chumps. They soft.
Baby Watts. Baby Watts, those guys. Lionel, forget it.
Yeah,
like,
1 hour
who is
Canadian
this
record.
up-and-comer, this Taren character?
Real Cinderella story here,
Yeah.
coming out of Winnipeg. What else do we have?
Yeah, I don't have a race either, so it's been weird.
Nothing, hey?
Yeah.
Are you starting to get the itch of thinking about doing anything?
Well,
Last interval coming up in 35 seconds.
Oh, geez. All fall I've been hoping, you know, fingers crossed with the whole Daytona thing. But then when it didn't happen, I'm like, wow, well, really I have nothing on the horizon. So it went from potential race, fingers crossed, please, 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 to, well, who knows when I'll race.
Yeah. Did you find that way harder at the beginning of the season than you did now? Like when I first, say in June, when I was like, oh, this year's a nothing year, I got to just get healthy, I was shattered. And then a month and a half ago when I got hurt lifting kettlebells, being really smart, I was like, oh, well, I'll come back in 3 weeks. Like, it was fine. It was because I'd been through it. It was like, everything will be cool.
So I would say back in March, early March, before things got really real, my brother, who's been really involved with all this COVID stuff, and he basically like, you and Ben need to just realize best case scenario is you're going to be racing in the fall. So once we move the goalpost to maybe fall, but there's a good chance we're not going to be racing at all, then it was easier to adjust. And I was really grateful for that, because I think it was hard for people who are like, well, by the time July rolls around, August rolls around, things are going to be back to normal. And just knowing in the back of my mind that this year it is what it is. Best case scenario, we get to race this fall or winter. So I was grateful for that. But yeah, I think sport definitely teaches you resilience and resiliency. Yes. And I would say it's come into play pretty well this year. Having that in my pocket.
Yeah, I think it's changed a lot of people from just in general, the vibe that I get from others. Maybe I'm projecting my thoughts, but everyone seems to think or feel that when they come back, it's time to not have your ego so attached to being an athlete.
Yeah. Well, I think there's something just to be said for gratitude. We're all just going to be so grateful to be doing what we love.
Yeah. Okay, hard-hitting question.
What
do you think about the show I May Destroy You?
Oh, Ben's totally your source. Okay. That's so random. It's a work of genius, and the only reason this is coming up is because I'm working on my prereqs for graduate school, and right now I'm like deep in the middle of a 20-page paper.
What? Really? Okay, what graduate school? What degree?
Doctorate in psychology.
Wow.
Still gotta apply. Still gotta get accepted. But I think this year has kind of, like, if I get in this year, I might defer a year.
Okay.
But yeah, I think just this year, just my experience in sport, seeing everything that's happened this year, realizing how important, mental health services are, and wanting to be able to channel everything that I've learned through, a research-backed methodology, and using it for good to help other people, navigate life.
Is there a specific interest that you are wanting to focus on?
I definitely do clinical. So, not easy, but the easier entry for me is sports psychology, just general performance based. I mean, I'm really interested in that, but we'll see.
So what is this? I don't know what the show is.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of dark, but not really. So I don't know if people are going to want to hear about it if you don't know about it. So yeah, we'll just say that I have been knee-deep in feminist theory about the rape narrative.
About the great feminist theory about the Great Pyramids.
Rape narrative.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. We're riding our bikes right now, and nobody wants to hear about this.
Wow. Okay.
I know. Let's turn it around and bring it up a little bit more upbeat. I'm so sorry.
Let's go with upbeat.
You asked.
Okay. We're gonna put you on the clock then, and while we're doing this, ask your last questions, everyone who's watching. So, I have a certain amount of rapid fire questions.
Ooh.
Let's see how many we can get through. In, let's say 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay. Swimming, biking, or running?
What, am I supposed to pick?
Yeah. Time's running out.
Biking.
Sleep in or get up early?
Sleep in.
Short course or long course?
Long course.
Who would play you in a movie?
Kim Kardashian.
Favorite bike right now?
Gravel bike.
What's the last show you binge watched?
I May Destroy You.
What?
I May Destroy You. The one.
Oh.
Or, no, actually, Ben and I watched Fargo.
Slight interlude. I'll give you extra time. I highly recommend Yellowstone.
Oh.
With Kevin Costner. Oh,
really?
my God.
Okay.
Right up there with Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Very good. All right, back to it. What is your after race face stuff?
Fries.
What's your go-to on a pizza?
Prosciutto and arugula. I know. That sounds so pretentious, but it's so good.
Who is your athletic crush?
Jimmy Johnson, NASCAR driver. That counts, right?
Okay. Yeah. The correct answer to that was Ben True, actually. Sorry. Ketchup on your macaroni, Kraft dinner?
No.
Good.
And no.
All right.
That's a double no.
And favorite prize or race success?
Favorite prize? I don't know. I've gotten like food items in the past. Those were the best.
Here's a Sour Patch Kid.
Totally.
Knock
I'd be
yourself
psyched.
out.
Like a giant chocolate bar. What's your favorite prize?
Prize?
Yeah.
I don't hang on to prizes. They're like, they're gone. Actually, here's a fun story. So a friend of mine, who people can look up, I always throw this in when I'm talking to actual athletes, that I used to be a professional curler.
Right.
Because it makes me feel important. One of my friends was the 2 Olympics ago Olympic gold medalist. He was the 3rd, Ryan Fry. And when we were in our early 20s, he lost a game to go to our national championship, the Briar. And like, to get that far, you're a local legend. Like, just to even lose the final. And we were driving home, and he took his runner-up trophy and at 100K an hour, hucked it out the window.
No.
This crystal, beautiful trophy. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't want to keep a runner-up trophy. And now I get it. He only, I think, in his life has kept his gold medal. Other than that, he's like, whatever. I want to focus on the next event.
Yeah, we don't have anything out. Like, we have a couple shelves in our basement where we just jam stuff, or we throw it out. Sorry.
I hear you.
I think half of it is, in the back of my mind, is when we move, it's kind of like books. I love reading. I love books, but do you really want to move them?
No. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. No, we're also not very sentimental when it comes to things. But I totally get that people, have their finisher medals all lined up and it makes them feel good. I get it.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
They remember accomplishments. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess the equivalent is, so you have to think, this is our job. We're proud of those races, but at the end of the day, like, if you have a good day at work, do you print out your exceptional email and put it up on the wall?
Well,
like, no. That's just what I do.
Say, the only trophy I will ever keep is my 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque, which is like a work trophy. But like, congratulations, you did acceptable on your job.
Well, but I think because it's what it represents, and I think that's the same thing as like keeping all the finisher medals, where you and Kim took a huge leap of faith with what you're doing with YouTube and everything, and it's validation. You're like, this plaque tells me it was worth it. I was able to build support. I don't know. It's a personal thing.
It is, yeah.
Or not. Maybe it's an ego thing where you just like the, walking by and seeing your reflection in it or something. But I'm guessing
that would be if it was the diamond one that PewDiePie has. I don't know why it's different, because that one symbolizes the work I put in. Yeah. Whereas a finisher medal still symbolizes the work that I put in, but I'm more concerned about, in that, doing well with racing in the next workout.
Right.
It's like the same thing, but it in my mind, it's so different.
But it's also not huge. leap of faith with job security and everything. I mean, like, there will always be another race, but you and Kim could be living in a box if you had gotten it wrong.
Wow, you don't see outside of this very often.
It's a little boxy, but you know.
I have a great training studio, but our house is a shack.
Hey, your training studio is better than a lot of people's houses.
It's better than my first house. I've got to give Chrissy Scott some time. She has a fangirl question. Can she have your autograph? She's been telling me for years that you are her favorite. I'm
Chrissy,
like, she's my favorite too.
Thank you. I love that. Sure.
Chrissy
Can I
is
just, like, air sign it? Sarah.
Chrissy is an OG Trainiac.
Awesome.
That I think, you can correct me if, I think between her and Robin on the team, they have done every single Thursday workout since May with the group.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm not even
That's
close to that.
commitment.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. But it does makes it easier just knowing that there are other people doing the same thing as you. And I'm sure, yeah, like as I'm guessing some of these people are looking at potential another lockdown. And there was just something really comforting, at least during ours early on, to be signing on to Zwift and seeing people all around the world. Like it felt me like warm and fuzzies.
Oh yeah.
So,
What's going to happen with the Zwift Tri Academy this year that's different than last year? Or different than 2 years ago, let's say.
Okay. This year we didn't have it. So the workout structure is a little bit different. But I don't know. This is the third year of it. It's going to be even more awesome. Just because, I don't know, I wasn't involved the first year, so I can't compare it to that. I think it's going to be slightly smaller. They want to have a little bit broader appeal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is
that's kind of what they've told me, is that they aren't sure if just the super, super elite that they had 2 years ago is the way to go. They're going to see who applies.
Yeah. I loved that crew, but I really wanted to have a range of ability levels. You know, I felt like, first of all, it didn't give me enough to do as a mentor. If you know, half the team ended up going pro. I wanted somebody who was, you know, brand new, who looked at me with, you know, loving eyes. You're like, yes, whatever you say. No, I'm totally kidding. You know, just having that range of ability, I think it's what makes this sport pretty awesome. I mean, definitely, like, they were fast, they were very committed. I loved seeing what they could do. But just, yeah, let's celebrate a range of abilities in the sport.
That time that I was in the Zwift Tri Academy covering you guys in California, that was a moment of like one of the hardest workouts I've ever done, and it was in front of everyone. I don't think I told many people this, that they had all the Zwift setups there. Yeah. And in between work, I could go and knock off a workout. Right. They're like, yeah, just grab a bike and set yourself up. So it was like just this brutal workout. It was like 12 times 2 minutes at 340 watts. And I did the first one, which is like insane for me. I think Clues was just figuring out what I had. Yeah. So I did the first one and I was like, oh man, I'm bailing. And then I looked back and the entire team was there. No! I'm like, oh, I can't give up. Because I'm gonna look like such a sissy. So I had earbuds in and I just sucked it up and suffered through the entire thing, crying to myself on the inside. And I think Levi, he posted a picture, he's like, YouTubers showing us how it's done. And meanwhile, on the inside, I'm like, wishing myself death.
Hey, you proved you belonged. Are you applying to the Tri Academy?
No, I don't think that would be appropriate as a Zwift partner.
Are you going to do any of the workouts?
I could. I know that they're pretty brutal because Clues wrote them.
Yeah.
And I did my first little bit of intensity yesterday, and it did not go well.
Okay.
I'm not sharp intense right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sharp fit.
Yeah. That's fair.
I had to do a max heart rate test yesterday on the track, just kind of for a video, and
for the views, for the likes.
Well, basically just because I assigned it to Team Trainiac, I'm like, well, I guess I got to do it.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it was 150 meters into the final pickup, which was an 800-meter pickup. Like I got the jiggly cheeks. Like, oh boy, choke it down.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I don't want to do that 10 more times this month.
No. Don't listen to him. If anybody's listening, they're good workouts.
They're great workouts.
They're not that hard.
I've just been a casual exerciser for this entire year.
I mean, I don't care if people apply for the team necessarily, but just try out some of the workouts. I've done a few of them. No, because the more complicated that you make it, the more it feels like you could potentially fail.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to put all of your mental energy towards executing the session, not worrying about, was it a 3-minute rest? Was it a 2-minute rest? Do I now have to touch my nose? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Stand on my head, touch my nose, do a rain dance in between the third and the fourth interval.
I mean, I definitely had those coaches where I'm like writing things on my hand and my arm. The Post-it notes on the top tube. Yeah,
I was that coach that wrote those, the first version of our team workouts. And I went through all 4,000 of them this year and like, who was I trying to show off to?
Well, I mean, it keeps you engaged. So like a trainer session where things always change and you can just upload it into Zwift. You just do what it says. And you're not thinking about it. But if you're out on the road and trying to remember all these things in a TT position, you just need like 5 times 10 minutes.
Exactly. That's it. Speaking of the workout, we're done. Excellent ride. That went by so quickly.
My battery didn't die.
I have 3 batteries going and they're all working right now, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Somebody
said, where can we find Zwift workouts? As far as I know, you Google Zwift Tri Academy, you enter your info there, and then when you log into Zwift, there should be a tab, right? You can tell me, there's the tab that says Zwift Tri Academy, and you just start knocking off those workouts.
Exactly. You got it. So you want to just sign up. There are 10 workouts. It's 5 run workouts, 5 bike workouts. You can do a couple races, but you don't have to. Honestly, you can pick or choose. To be honest, I don't think I did all of them last year. So.
And you made the team?
I don't think I would have.
that was a fairly hellish kind of group.
I'm just there for the light humor. That's my MO.
Perfect. Okay, thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Sign off. Say thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Sarah. This was fun.
Thank you. Bye, Taren. Bye, everyone.
So, with that said, everyone, go check out, if you're still watching, like an hour later, go check out the Zwift Tri Academy. Google Zwift Tri Academy. You enter it there. And thanks to Sarah for hanging out. Thanks to Zwift for putting this on and being a supporter of Team Trainiac. Later, Trainiacs.